Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. Tonight we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where we're now just one show away from our penultimate PLE of the year, JWE Jailbreak. Tonight the rivalry between Jaren and Nagito continues as they're set to face off against each other in an Extreme Rules match. Ascension looks to show the JWE universe why they're still the tag team champions, and Akane Owari will finally get her chance under the bright lights as she takes on Lucina. Get ready for a night of 8 incredible matches, because this is Eclipse. And here we go, starting off our night. Introducing first, it is the Plague Doctor herself. It is Lexibor. And her opponent, it is the Detective Prince, Naoto Shirogane. And here we go, both women ready. Referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle with Lexi immediately running towards the eastern ropes. Naoto stopping her in her tracks with that uppercut. Irish whip. And a shot right to the stomach. Naoto with a stomp, forcing Lexi up. Just stomping on the side. And Naoto just pulling back on the arm. Knees to the spine. And now Naoto going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Lexi kicks out. Naoto forcing her down. Knees right to the chest. And a Revolute knee strike. Lexi kicks herself out. Double leg drop kick to the back of the head. And looking to get her a little bit of offense in. Lexi forcing Naoto back up to her feet. And a suplex. And again forcing Naoto up. Half-hitch knee raise. Lexi with the clotheslines, catching the kick, tripping Naoto. And now going for the cover. There's one, there's two, there's not three. Naoto grabbing Lexi from behind, looking to walk her away, but Lexi with the elbows getting herself out of the grasp, and there's a spinning back heel kick. Going for the cover right next to the ropes. There's two. Naoto kicks out. And Lexi looking for a cyclone kick. Naoto rolling out of the way. And the Irish whip into a tackle. Referee ready. There's one. There's two. Lexi kicks out. Naoto with a springboard moonsault. Forcing Lexi back up to her feet. And now a chicken wing DDT. And the cover. There's one, two. Lexi still kicks out. Whipped into the corner. Looking for the scoop slam. Lexi getting out and now looking for a headlock. Naoto fighting herself out. And a pullback, a knee to the gut. Lexi fighting herself out from the apron, but Naoto setting her for a run and another spear, going for another pin. There's two. Lexi still kicks out. Not sure if she'll be able to kick out of one more. Side super kick. Moonsault. Naoto with the double knees. Staring down Lexi, kicked right to the spine. Forcing her up, kicks to the face. And Naoto with the fire stomps. Naoto just continuing this unstoppable offense. To the outside now. And Lexi with an arm breaker. Sending Naoto right into the announcer's booth. And Lexi tossing Naoto back inside the ring, climbing in after her. And And Naoto fights out. There's a springboard flying forearm. And looking for a comeback. And Naoto with the scoop slam, taking Lexi down. Middle rope. And a middle rope spear. Into the cover. There's 1, 2. And Lexi still kicking out. Again to the outside. Crossarm suplex. Just cranking on the arm. Spinning arm breaker. Lexi retreating back inside the ring. Naoto in at the count of 4. Springboard flying forearm from Lexi. For the stomp, Naoto back up to her feet. Superman punch. And the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. The matchup between an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Naoto unrelenting on the offense. Lexi just kicking out of everything. But eventually something had to break, and, well, when you're never on the offense, it's kind of hard to win. And here we go for our first tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is Yusuke Hanamura, or I should say, your men's Nexus champion, Yusuke Hanamura, and Yu Narukami. They are Brosona. And their opponents. It is the Ultimate Supreme Leader Kokichiyama and the Ultimate Adventurer Rantaro Amami. It's time to roll the dice. It's dice. If you couldn't tell the pun. It's dice. Go both teams ready. Narukami And Amami first in the ring. Rentaro tossing Narukami into the corner. Half hitch knee raises immediately. Now just stomping on the chest. Double knees. Now Rantaro heading up top. Frog splash into the cover. There's one, there's two. Narukami kicks out. And Rantaro just cranking on the neck. Trapping the arm. Stomping on the hand. And now tagging in Kokichi. Kokichi tossing Narukami into the corner, tagging in Rantaro. Looking for the double team, double super kick. And Hanamura's in the ring now. Hanamura dropping the hand. Knee on the elbow. Moonsault, but Rantaro gets the knees up. And the Irish whip. Diving underneath. Uppercut to the stomach. And Rantaro tossing Hanamura into the corner. Tagging in Kokichi. Oh no. The Mega Stomp. Kokichi tossing Hanamura into the corner. Rantaro with a bunny punch to the back of the head. A rabbit punch, rather. And the cover. There's one. Hanamura kicks out. Hanamura elbowing out of the corner. Irish whipping Kokichi into the corner now. And setting up the corner bulldog. Going for the cover. There's one. Wasn't expecting much. Hanamura cross body from the middle rope. Forcing Kokichi back up to his feet. Into the corner. Turning him around. And again, just face first into the turnbuckle, trying to slow things down. Now Hanamura, slap to the chest. Corkscrew arm drag. Still not quite done. Okay, now going for the cover. There's one. Still kicks out. Hanamura tagging in Narukami. And you just with a senton to the outside. There's 6. Kokichi's back in. And now Narukami sending him for a run. Looking for a suplex. Kokichi fights out. And turning that into an axe kick. Forcing Narukami back up to his feet. Irish whip. Underneath, over the top. And a spear. Into the cover. There's two. Hanamura not wanting to beat up the referee, so just giving his partner words of encouragement. Got the 2 count, but Brosona not really in a good position. Looking for a Superman punch. Now Kami steps out of the way. Narcon with the jawbreaker, pull back, clothesline. And tagging in Hanamura. Neither team now with an advantage. Stomping on the hand, going for the pin. There's one. Hanamura kicks out. Whip into the corner. And a flying tornado kick. Forcing Hanamura back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner, tagging in Kokichi. And a double knee backstabber. Kokichi allowing the tag out. And Kokichi with the float over. Tossing Hanamura out of the ring, nearly landing on top of Narukami. And Kokichi looking for the crossbody, but Hanamura getting in the way, just absolutely killing all momentum. And now Kokichi with a roll through. Just trying to keep himself alive along the outside. There's 4. There's 5, but Narukami's in the ring. Irish whip, knife edge chop. And again. And now just an elbow right across the throat. Looking for a kick, but Narukami getting his knee up in time, getting his foot up in time, uppercut off the Irish whip. Sending him into the corner. And a double tag out. Now Rantaro with a spear. Referee trying to get in the way, or trying to get out of the way, rather. Rantaro missing, and now Hanamura with a standing shooting star press, tossing Rantaro back inside the ring. There's 3. Hanamura not really sure what path to take. Jumping in, nearly landing on the referee. And now grabbing Rantaro from behind. Into the corner, tagging in his partner. Tag team attack, double shoulder tackle. And now Narukami with a ground and pound stomp to the stomach. And the cover, there is a 1. How are we still only at 1 counts? Narukami wrist clutch. stomps. Pulling back on the wrist. Double knees. And Rentaro with the reversal. Pop up right cross, sending Hanamura down. Stomps the hand. And tagging out. Kokichi now up over the shoulders. Bouncing Hanamura off the corner. Okay, yep, that was a thing. Hanamura kicking Kokichi off the apron, going after Rentaro and completely whiffing. And now fight along the outside. There's a sling blade. Trying to toss Hanamura into the ring. And now Hanamura with the Spanish fly. Taking Kokichi down. There's 4, there's 5. Irish whip right into the announcer's booth. And there's 6. 7 need to be careful now. There's 8. There's 9, and Kokichi rushes back to the ring. And Kokichi with another sling blade. Going for the cover. There's 1, 2. Bringing Narukami into the ring. Not a 3 count, but D.I.C.E with the advantage. Or not a breakup, rather, but D.I.C.E with the advantage. Shot right to the leg. And now Kokichi looking for a suplex. Hanamura fights his way out. Head scissor toss into the cover. Looking to bring in Rentaro. There's only 1. How are we still only at 1 count? And Narukami's going to enter the ring again. Narukami with a jumping DDT into the cover. Rentaro's in the ring to break it up. When your partner's in immediately, that's not a good sign. Or that can be a really good sign if you're the opposing team. Kokichi slipping out. Jumping neck breaker. Elbow drop, arm breaker, tagging in Rentaro. Rentaro, you actually need to get inside the pocket if you want to, hit your kicks. It's not really that difficult. Going for the cover, Hanamura's in the ring. Advantage D.I.C.E yet again. Spinning back heel kick. And the cover. There's 1. There's 2. Narukami kicks out. Kokichi's in again. Irish whip. I mean, all he really needs to do is tag in Rentaro and go for a tag team attack, and I think that'll be it. Irish whip into the corner. Narukami fighting that away, but now Kokichi with a neck breaker. Forcing Narukami back up. forcing him into the corner, tagging in Rantaro. And here we go, tag team attack. Super kick, Rantaro going for the cover. 1, 2, still no 3. Where are they finding this energy? Rantaro from behind, over the shoulders. Knee strike and the cover. 1, 2, finally.
Here are your winners, the Anarchists.
And for a while, I thought the referee couldn't count past 1. But D.I.C.E. landing landing a natural 20. Picking up a very nice win. And now a rare shot backstage as Jaren and Nagito finding each other. Nagito with reversal, knife edge chops, no holds barred back here. And I think this is the first time ever seeing the back of the backstage here. Nagito picking up a steel chair. Just waylaying on Jaren, but Jaren rolling back up to his feet. Nagito with a clothesline. And a double leg drop kick. Sling blade takedown. And before the camera cut here, Jaren just walking his way to the ring. Nagito catching him up to him from behind. And well, here we are. Snap mirror. Knee right across the bridge of the nose. And now Nagito the chicken wing facebuster. Lining up a finisher, looking to put in early end here, but Jaren catching that. And Nagito tossing Jaren up the ramp. Forcing him back up to his feet. Knife edge chop. And the uppercut. Jaren now with the reversal. Nagito with the reversal right back. Jaren fighting his way down the ramp. Double A drop kick. Up, over, and a neck breaker. Nagito with a judo flip takedown. Forcing Jaren back up to his feet. Continuing to walk him up the ramp slowly. But Jaren again fights out. And now walking Nagito down the ramp, repositioning him in the middle of the garage yet again. 2 spinning back heel kicks. And now Jaren looking to put an end. Scoop. Facebuster, but still not quite done. And what is Jaren looking for? Picking up a shovel. Knocking over a few boxes in the process. And just sending Nagito down. Nagito back up to his feet, running into a cone. But there's a satellite DDT. Not quite as vicious as a match that I thought this would, or a brawl that as I thought this was going to be. Although I suppose these two men just prefer to settle things with their fists. Nothing wrong with that. Jaren with the clothesline. And now an Irish whip nearly into the AV equipment. And now Jaren heading up top, jumping back down. Thought he was setting up something big, but I suppose he changed his mind. And Jaren with a suplex. And now picking up a steel chair. Shot to the spine. Nagito up to his feet. And a suplex catching the back of the head against the chair. Nagito forcing Jaren back up to his feet. Jaren the reversal. Kick to the thigh. And now walking Nagito over to the boxes. And now Nagito tossing Jaren nearly into the table. And using the shovel that Jaren used against him. Busting Jaren open. Shots to the top of the head. Unrelenting. And what is Nagito looking for? That chair specifically, okay. Jaren using the shovel as a... Oh god, Nagito shoving Jaren's head between a chair and a shovel. You can see just how much Jaren is bleeding. That's going to take a lot of kitty litter to get rid of. Jaren forcing Nagito up. And sending Nagito down. Good night. And now for our second tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is Kaede Akamatsu and Maki Harukawa, the Killer Twos. And their opponents, they are still your women's tag team champions. It is Meli Antiqua and Nia Ascension. And here we go. Maki, Nia, the first in the ring. Referee rings the bell. And Nia immediately tossing Maki into the corner, running back elbow. Maki back up to her feet. And now sending Nia into the Killer Toons corner. Sending her down with a couple of kicks. Nia fights her way out. Now she's up into the corner, knees to the chest. Or kicks to the chest. And Nia tossing Maki into the corner, tagging in Melia. Irish whip. And double elbows. Melia with an arm breaker. Double stomp to the face. And forcing Maki back up to her feet. Maki pushing that away. Tossing Melia into the corner. Slaps to the chest. And Melia tossing Maki back into the corner and tagging in Nia. Maki with a spear out of nowhere. And again. Nia with an Irish whip, knee to the stomach. Trying to make sure that Kaede will not enter the ring. Maki catching that kick. And Nia tossing Maki into the corner off that reversal. Going after Kaede again. There's a hot shot stunner knocking Kaede off. And turning her attention back over to Maki just for a second before tagging Melia back in. Melia forcing Maki up over onto the top rope. Avalanche takedown, going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Maki kicks out. Melia tossing Maki back into the Ascension's corner. Choke sends her down, or keeps her down. And Maki with the reversal. Trying to get some fight in this match. Gut-wrenching suplex. Not quite done. Rolling through. Looking to do it again. Showing off her absolute strength. And now Maki tags out finally. Kaede's in and immediately sent down by Melia. Kaede tossing Melia into the corner, tagging Maki back in for a tag team attack. Irish whip, double shoulder tackle, and Nia back in the ring. Maki forcing Nia up over the shoulders. There's an F5. And the cover. There's 1, 2. Nia kicks out. Maki tossing the Gormati into the corner. And tagging Kaede back in for another tag team attack. There's a big boot. And the cover. Melia is in to break it up. And Nia just sending Kaede flying into the referee. Tagging Amelia. Irish whip into the corner. Kaede elbows out. Maki's back in. And now Melia with the running facebuster. Tossing Maki into the corner. Turning her around. Just a kick right to the calf. But Maki fights her way out of the corner yet again. Scoop slam. Trapping the arm, stomping the hand. And Maki tags out, Kaede's in. Kaede with a springboard roundhouse kick, Amelia back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Kaede sending Amelia up to the top rope. Knocking her off, catching the neck against the apron as she does. And Kaede sending Nia off the apron. Melia with the reversal. Stomp to the wrist, stomp to the shoulder. And Kaede with an elbow reversal. Springboard flying forearm connects. And the cover, there's a 1. Kaede tossing Maki into the corner. Or Amelia into the corner, rather. Melia elbows herself out. And again. And here we go. Irish whip, running knee to the chest. Arm breaker. Irish whip into the corner. Kick to the chest. And again, Melia trapping Kaede in the corner, tagging in Nia. Swinging neck breaker. And now Nia going for the pin. Here comes Maki to break it up. Advantage Ascension. Irish whip into the corner. Melia punching her away. Nia with a neck breaker. And Nia nearly allowing that tag out, giving Kaede a sliver of hope, and quickly squashing it. Melia making her way over to Maki, trying to knock her off, and does as Nia goes after Kaede. Tossing her back inside the ring, right into Melia. Nice little bit of teamwork there. Irish whip. Northeast corner, looking for an elbow, but Kaede rolls out of the way. Flying forearm connects. And Kaede with the satellite DDT, Melia rolling out of the ring to try to catch her breath. And now Maki just going after Melia. All's fair, I suppose. Kaede with a springboard crossbody into the cover. There's 1, Melia kicks out. Maki tossing Melia for a run. Single arm drag into the cover. There's not even a 1 count as Melia kicks out. Hip toss, the knee to the jaw. Maki's out, Kaede's in. And now Kaede going for the cover. There's 1, 2, no. And now Kaede lining up a finisher. Looking for a DDT. Melia fights out. Kaede getting a little bit too nonchalant there. Rush up into the corner. And Melia with a suplex. Tagging in Nia. Nia allowing Kaede to tag out this time. Maki with a spear. Nia back up to her feet. Airship into the corner. Kick to the knee. And now Maki with a stomp right to the chest. Forcing Nia up to her feet. Nia fights out. And a satellite DDT into the cover. There's 1, there's 2, there's Kaede. And now, Nia and Melia looking for the chain attack. Double elbows. Melia not going for the pin immediately. Instead, dropkick to the back of the head. Just looking to deal a little bit more damage. Playing with fire, though. Running Bulldog. Into the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3.
Here are your winners, the Queen.
Melia playing with fire towards the end and absolutely cooked. And Ascension putting up a championship worthy match there. Absolutely showing that they're worthy of holding onto the belt. And for our next matchup of the evening, introducing first, she is the Queen of Liars, the ultimate gambler.
The French Paradox, Ludenberg.
It is Celestia Ludenberg. And her opponent. She is still your women's Nexus champion. It is Fiora.
And from Stillwater, the women's NXT champion, Fiora.
Here we go. Celeste, Fiora, both ready. Referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle. With Celeste immediately tossing Fiora into the corner clothesline. Forcing Fiora back up to her feet. Sleeper hold takedown. And Fiora elbows out. Looking for a suplex and connects. Looking for a knee drop. Fiora gets out of the way. And now Celeste with the reversal, tossing Fiora into the corner. Sliding around, kick to the back of the head. And a sliding baseball slide suplex. Celeste with a takedown. Lining up. Running towards Fiora. There's an uppercut, pulling her away. Over the shoulder and a shot right to the spine. Going for the pin after that hammerlock suplex. And Celeste with a kick right to the spine, forcing Fiora up to her feet. Fiora with the reversal. And Celeste catching that, interestingly. Heading up top. And a diving senton into the cover. There's one, there's two. Fiora kicks out. Fiora with a springboard wheelbarrow facebuster. Irish whip over the top rope. And Fiora just staring down her opponent. And now joining her along the outside. Double foot stomp. And a standing shooting star press. Celeste elbowing out. Walking Fiora back to the apron. Referee trying to get them back inside the ring. And now Celeste with a dangling headlock. Referee at 5, Fiora fights out. And a toss back inside the ring. And Fiora up top. And a flying crossbody into the cover. There's one, there's two, Celeste kicks out. Moonsault. And Fiora looking for the hold. Celeste fights out. The 24-carat slap. Into the cover. There's one, there's two, Celeste, Fiora kicks out. Fiora with the running clotheslines. Celeste in the corner, running big boot from Fiora. Both to the outside, now to the inside. And Celeste with another slap. And Celeste going for the cover. There's two. Fiora kicks out. Fiora with an Irish whip underneath, over the top. And I really don't know if Celeste is just putting on a really good performance, or if Fiora's slacking a little bit. And Celeste fighting Fiora down after that little brawl. And a curtsy just for good measure. Celeste lining up. Another slap, sending Fiora down. And the cover. There's one, there's two, and Fiora still kicks out. And like I said, I'm not sure if Fiora's just slacking a little bit, or if Celeste is putting on the performance of a lifetime. And holding the champion relatively at bay. Celeste with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. And Fiora tossing Celeste back inside the ring, looking to try to get back to this match. And Celeste saying no. And now Celeste locking in an armbar. Trying to make the Nexus champion tap. And does!
Here is your winner, the French Paradox, Ludenberg.
And Celeste with an absolute upset. And hopefully for Fiora, she doesn't put on a performance like that on Sunday, because if she does, she's no longer going to be a Nexus champion. And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is the Mad Dog of Shimano, the One-Eyed Slugger. It is Goro Majima.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Japan, weighing in at 176 pounds, Maria.
And his opponent, it is Kiryu-chan,
And his opponent,
Kazuma Kiryu.
at 194 pounds, the Dragon, Kiryu.
And here we go, both men ready. And referee rings the bell. Majima immediately running towards Kiryu, but Kiryu, seeing that coming, hitting him with a clothesline. And now Kiryu with a delayed suplex. Stomp to the jaw. Forcing Majima up to into a seated position and just cranking on the neck. Here with a running knee, going for a ground and pound, but Majima with the reversal. And Majima tossing Kiryu for an Irish whip, double leg drop kick, and a standing shooting star press. Majima forcing Kiryu back up to his feet, but Kiryu with a nice block, turning that around, walking Majima to the southern ropes. And Majima elbows out. Going for the cover. There's one. Kiryu kicks out. Majima forcing Kiryu back up to his feet. Again, and there's a neck breaker. Majima with a stomp to the shoulder. And I don't know the exact record of the matches between these two, but I would not be surprised if Majima was ahead in the head-to-head column. Majima looking for a victory roll double stomp. Kiryu seeing that coming. And a corner alley powerbomb. Majima with a head scissor toss. Heading to the corner. Kiryu crawling to the opposite corner. And Majima with a crossbody just diving over Kiryu-chan. And Kiryu tossing him to the outside. Kiryu rolling to the outside, greeted by Majima with a head scissor toss. And a stomp to the chest. Majima back inside the ring. There's 3. There's 5. Kiryu's back in. Turning Majima around. Majima with a reversal and a clothesline, sending Kiryu tumbling to the outside again. And now the Mad Dog heading up top. Majima tossing Kiryu back inside the ring. Following after him, not immediately, but close enough, and now getting himself in perfect position for a recoil. Nope. Spine breaker, neck breaker. And the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and Majima extends his head-to-head lead against Kiryu. And now for our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is the Blue Jay himself, Jayden Moon. And his opponent, he is your men's cruiserweight champion, representing the Phantom Thieves of Heart. It is the Phantom Fox himself. It's Yusuke Kitagawa.
Weighing in at 145 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Fox.
Here we go, Jayden, Yusuke, staring each other down. And referee rings the bell and they meet in the middle, with Jayden immediately running towards the eastern ropes. Moonsault into an elbow drop. And now bouncing off the northern ropes for a flying knee. Jayden with a kneeling DDT. Stomp to the arm. And again. Jayden looking for another flying knee. Yusuke gets out of the way. Spinning arm breaker, forcing Jayden back up to his feet again. And walking him to the southern ropes. Yusuke turning Jayden around. Choking him out top. And a jumping facebuster into the cover. There's one, Jayden kicks out. Wrist clutch, knee. And Yusuke with a side kick. Into the ground and pound, stomp to the stomach. Stomp to the wrist. And Yusuke with a moonsault. Forcing Jayden back up to his feet. Spinning heel kick. Jayden ducks underneath. Springboard looking for a leg drop. Just not getting the distance. And Yusuke tossing him out onto the apron. And a clubbing strikes to the chest. Yusuke up top, Jayden to his feet, and Yusuke with a diving single leg kick. Yusuke tossing Jayden back inside the ring, walking around, heading back inside from the complete opposite side of the ring, and now Yusuke with the fire stomps to the spine. Thought that was going to be like a submission hold. Last it was not. And now Yusuke lining up the Kashinda. Into the cover. There's one, there's two, there's three.
Here is your winner, the Phantom Fox.
Yusuke with a bounce back after his loss against Jaren last week. That's the kind of match. That's the kind of match he'll need if he wants to defend the belt on Sunday. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first, it is Lucina.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Avalon, Luis.
And her opponent,
From Japan,
it is your former Women's Universal Champion. It is Akane Owari. Making her main event debut for Eclipse. At the very end of the season. And here we go, referee rings the bell in this Falls Count Anywhere match. As Akane begins with a double leg Pele kick. And Akane tossing Lucina up over the top rope immediately. Jumping down, we're going to start this Falls Count Anywhere pretty quickly. Akane tossing Lucina into the corner. Knee to the inside of the knee. And again. Rolling Lucina onto her back. Onto her stomach, onto her back. And Akane with a ground and pound. Forcing Lucina up to her feet. Scoop up. Power slam down. Akane tossing Lucina up over to the corner. Breaking the arm. And a jumping arm breaker again. Akane forcing Lucina up to her feet. And just working on the small joints of the hand, and again. And now Lucina on the offense. Bowing to the crowd, showing that she can, in fact, do something other than just be a doormat. Lucina forcing Akane back up to her feet. And a snap DDT. Lucina going for the cover right next to the ring post. There's two. Akane kicks out. And now Lucina looking for a scoop slam, but Akane with the reversal. And Akane tossing Lucina into the ring post. And now Akane going for another pin. There's one, there's two, and there's three. Akane barely even giving Lucina a chance that match. And not bad for your first time under the bright lights. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you, of course, on Sunday for our penultimate PLE of the year, JWE Jailbreak, as we quickly approach the end of the season, because after that, it's 2, maybe 3 more weeks, and then our winter break, and then on Christmas, December 25th, it is Ultimate Fight Night. And after that, maybe February? We might take January off again. Maybe February? Yeah, it's a little surreal. Anyway, enough about that. Until then, we are signing out from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. See ya.